staying on top of the latest tech, it shouldn't mean drowning in reviews,
No,
right?
absolutely
You
not.
just want the key info, like, right now.
Exactly.
So today, that's what we're doing. We're diving into the Apple AirPods, the third generation ones. You see them everywhere on Amazon.
Mhm.
And our goal really is just to pull out the essential stuff, what they do, what people really think, so you can figure out quickly if they're, a good fit for you.
Yeah, we've basically done the scrolling for you. We looked at the specs, the feedback. So these are officially the Apple AirPods third generation category. Wireless in-ear Bluetooth headphones.
And they come in that classic Apple white.
That's the one, in-ear placement, and they aim for sound isolation. Not quite the same as active noise cancellation,
Yeah.
but they do block out some external sound just by being in your ear.
Right. And Apple's packed in some pretty interesting tech, haven't they?
They have.
Like this personalized spatial audio with dynamic head tracking. Sounds fancy.
It does.
Yeah.
The idea is to make the sound feel like it's coming from all around you, and it adjusts as you turn your head. More immersive.
Okay. And adaptive EQ.
That supposedly tunes the music specifically to the shape of your ear. Automatic adjustment.
Plus, they're sweat and water resistant. IPX4.
Yep, IPX4. That covers both the earbuds themselves and the lightning charging case. Good for, workouts, maybe getting caught in a bit of rain.
But not for a swim.
Definitely not swimming. Splashes, sweat, that's about it.
Got it. What else?
You also get a force sensor on the stem for controls. Can talk about that. Always on Hey Siri for voice commands.
Hands-free. Nice.
And audio sharing lets you connect two pairs of AirPods to one iPhone or iPad.
Oh, cool. And Dolby Atmos support.
Yeah, for compatible content, movies, some music tracks. Again, it adds to that immersive sound thing.
Okay, let's talk battery. That's always crucial.
It is. Apple claims up to 6 hours of listening time on just one charge.
6 hours? That's pretty decent.
It drops to 5 hours if you're using that spatial audio feature, though.
Right, that processing takes a bit more power. And for calls.
Up to 4 hours talk time, but then you've got the case.
The lightning charging case, yeah.
That bumps things up quite a bit. Total listening time, around 30 hours, they say. Total talk time, maybe 20 hours.
And quick charging, if you're in a rush.
Yeah, they have that. 5 minutes back in the case should give you about an hour of listening or talk time. Pretty handy.
Definitely. How do they connect? Is it just standard Bluetooth?
It's Bluetooth 5.0, so yeah, good stable connection, pretty power efficient. But the key thing for Apple users is the H1 chip inside.
Ah, the Apple Silicon.
Exactly. That's what makes pairing with your iPhone or Mac like instant and seamless,
Really?
switching between devices too.
And the case itself, it comes with a lightning port.
The standard one does, yes, comes with a Lightning to USB-C cable in the box. But you can buy a version with a MagSafe charging case.
Oh, right. So wireless charging?
Yep, that one works wirelessly with MagSafe chargers, regular key chargers, or you can still plug it in with the Lightning cable. More options.
Makes sense. And they're made of plastic, I assume. Lightweight.
Yeah, plastic. Very light.
Yeah.
Each earbud is only, 0.15 ounces? Tiny. The case is pretty compact, too.
So controlling them, you mentioned the force sensor. How does that work?
It's on the stem of each AirPod.
Yeah.
You squeeze it, basically.
Not tapping, squeezing.
Right. One press plays or pauses your music. Or if you're on a call, it answers or mutes and unmutes.
Okay.
2 presses skips forward to the next track, or it ends your current call.
And 3.
3 presses skips back.
And simple enough.
And Siri. You can press and hold that force sensor to activate Siri, or just say, "Hey Siri," out loud, if you have that enabled.
Gotcha. And compatibility. Who can use these? Pretty much any recent Apple device.
Pretty much, yeah. The list is long. iPhones from the 6s onwards, including all the SE models.
iPads.
Yep, iPad Pro 9.7-inch and later, the regular iPad from the 5th gen, iPad Air 2 and later, iPad Mini 4 and later.
Wow, okay.
Plus iPod Touch, various Macs, Apple Watch, Apple TV models.
Yeah.
If you're in the Apple ecosystem, chances are these will work seamlessly.
Okay, so that covers what Apple says these AirPods do. Specs, features, all that.
Right, the official line.
But what about real people? The ones who've actually bought them, used them day to day. Let's get into those Amazon customer reviews.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting.
Overall rating is pretty strong, 4.5 out of 5 stars.
It is, and that's from over 25,000 global ratings. So a huge sample size.
25,000, wow. That's a lot of opinions.
It really is. And if you break it down, 79%, almost 4 out of 5 people gave them the full 5 stars.
That's impressive.
Another 10% gave 4 stars. So Overwhelmingly positive on the surface.
But there's always a but.
Always. You've got 4% giving 3 stars, 2% giving 2 stars, and then 5% gave them just 1 star.
5% 1 star.
Yeah.
So definitely not perfect for everyone. What are the main themes coming through? Let's start with sound quality. That's got to be #1 for earbuds.
Yeah, definitely. And here, the feedback is mostly really good. We saw 753 mentions specifically about sound.
And the split.
Heavily positive. 570 positive comments versus 183 negative. People use words like crisp, clear, rich.
Nice.
Someone even said the sound is not too teeny or trebly,
Yeah.
suggesting, a nice balance.
And that spatial audio feature, do people like that?
Yeah, that gets mentioned a lot in the positives. Creates a more, 3D effect for music and movies. Deep bass, crisp highs also got praised.
What about for phone calls? Clear.
Many said yes, clear for calls. And even though there's no active noise cancellation, some found the sound isolation, just the physical blocking of noise, was decent enough.
Okay, good. One review you pulled out mentioned the spatial audio specifically.
Yeah, one user said, the spatial audio feature truly enhances the listening experience, making music, movies, and calls feel more immersive. So for some, that feature is a real winner.
All right, so sound seems like a strong point overall.
Yeah.
What about just general functionality, day-to-day use, reliability?
This area was more mixed, still more positive than negative, but definitely some issues flagged. Out of about 500 mentions,
Yeah.
338 were positive. People saying they work great, even after months. Typical reliable Apple product feel for many.
Okay, but the negative side, what were the complaints?
About 161 negative comments here. Things like one earbud just stopping working.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. Or poor microphone quality, which contrasts with the positive comments on call clarity, interestingly.
So inconsistent experience there.
Seems like it. And some mentioned weird vibrations in the ear.
Vibrations. Strange.
Yeah. One review summed up some potential issues. 1, earbud malfunctions, the microphone quality is poor, or you experience strange vibrations.
Right.
There's always some kind of flaw. Now, that sounds like an unlucky experience, but it highlights the kinds of problems some people ran into.
Right. Suggest maybe some quality control variants, perhaps?
Could be. Or just
Okay.
issues that crop up for a minority of users.
Okay, functionality is a bit mixed then. Now, the big one, the fit. This seems to generate a lot of discussion with AirPods generally.
Oh, yeah. And particularly with this 3rd generation, the numbers here are quite telling.
How many mentions?
Just under 400 mentions of fit. 396, to be exact.
And the verdict.
Really divided, but leaning negative. Significantly more negative comments than positive.
Oh, really? How many?
Only 142 positive comments about the fit, compared to 254 negative ones.
Wow. That's quite a skew towards negative. What's the main issue people have?
The size. A lot of people are saying these are noticeably bigger than the older, say, Gen 1 or Gen 2 AirPods, the non-Pro ones.
Bigger, okay. And that means...
For many, they just don't fit as well. They feel loose, insecure, like they might fall out.
Yeah, that's no good.
Some specifically mentioned they don't seem suited for smaller ears or women's ears. And some even reported discomfort, like actual headaches, after wearing them for a couple hours because the fit wasn't right.
Headaches. Ouch. Any specific quotes on that?
Yep. One reviewer just said, these suckers are way bigger than the Gen 1s. Pretty direct.
Oh, okay.
Another shared, my problem is I don't think they are made for women's ears. They do not fit well. Plus, after about 2 hours, they give me a headache.
So, while some find them comfortable...
Yeah, the 142 positive comments show some people find them snug and fine for hours.
For a lot of others, the fit is a major drawback, highly subjective, it sounds like. Depends entirely on your ear shape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It seems much more hit or miss than maybe previous generations were.
Okay. So let's try and pull this all together then. We've got the specs, the features, and now a pretty clear picture from customer reviews. Strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, strengths.
Sure.
Definitely the sound quality. That comes through loud and clear, especially the spatial audio feature if you value that immersive experience.
Mm-hmm.
Seamless integration with Apple devices is another big plus if you're already in that ecosystem.
Convenience factor.
Totally. Good battery life seems generally agreed upon, and the sweat and water resistance adds practical value.
And comfort for some.
Comfort for some, yes, and clear microphone for calls, according to a decent number of users.
Okay. Weaknesses.
Top of the list has to be that inconsistent fit. It's a major gamble whether they'll feel good and stay secure in your ears.
Yeah, if they don't fit, the sound quality doesn't matter much.
Precisely. Then there are those reported functionality issues, malfunctioning earbuds, mic inconsistencies. Not for everyone, but a concern.
And the price. They're not cheap.
Not at all. Looking at Amazon, around $138 new currently. You can find used, like new options closer to $97, but still, it's an investment.
So when you factor in that fit uncertainty.
Right. And comparing them to older AirPods, if you like the fit of those, these might feel too big. It's something to be aware of.
And no active noise cancellation, just the passive isolation.
Correct, which might be enough for some, but if you need serious noise blocking for commutes or noisy offices, these won't provide that like the Pro models aim to.
So the big question then, based on everything, would we recommend these AirPods 3rd gen? Who are they actually for?
Well, I think if you are deep in the Apple ecosystem, you really value that seamless connection, and you prioritize really good sound quality, especially that spatial audio effect.
Yeah.
And you've generally found the fit of the non-Pro style AirPods okay in the past, or you're willing to take a chance on the fit, then yeah, they are definitely worth considering.
The convenience factor is high for Apple users.
It really is.
But the caveats are pretty significant.
They are. If fit has been an issue for you with earbuds before, especially the older AirPods.
Tread carefully.
Exactly. Or if active noise cancellation is a non-negotiable feature for you, you absolutely need to look elsewhere.
Like the AirPods Pro, maybe? Or other brands?
Right. The Pros have ANSI and different silicone ear tips, which might offer a better, more secure fit for more people. Or yeah, explore other brands entirely based on your needs and budget.
And speaking of budget, if $138 is steep, maybe look at older AirPods gens or refurbished or, again, other brands.
Definitely. There are lots of great wireless earbuds out there at different price points now.
One last thing, those protection plans Amazon offers, worth mentioning.
Yeah, probably good to be aware of them. Assyrian offers 2-year and 3-year plans that cover accidental damage, breakdowns after the warranty. There's also a monthly Complete Protect plan.
So if you're worried about those potential functionality issues or dropping them,
it might offer some peace of mind, especially given the cost of the earbuds. Something extra to consider.
Okay, so let's quickly recap our deep dive on the Apple AirPods 3rd generation.
Sounds good.
Strength. Impressive sound. Spatial audio is a highlight for many. Super easy integration for Apple users. Decent battery, sweat resistance.
Weaknesses. The fit is a real roll of the dice. Could be great, could be uncomfortable or loose. Some reports of functionality glitches. No active noise cancellation. And the price.
Right. So it really leaves you, the listener, with a choice based on priorities.
Exactly. What matters most to you? Is it that top-tier sound and Apple magic, even with the potential fit issues? Or is guaranteed comfort or maybe noise cancellation, or just a lower price point more important?
Something to think about. Hopefully this breakdown gives you a much clearer picture without you having to read, well, 25,000 reviews yourself.
Yeah, hopefully we've distilled the key takeaways for you.